Welcome to Behind the Canvas, the official after show of Art Wars. I am James Fudge and will be taking over from Numbskull for the next couple of episodes as I'll be your temporary host. Today we will be looking at Art Wars Series 7 Episode 6. In this challenge, the artists must take part in a viral trend to create their own spidersona to get ready for the Across the Spider-Verse film premiering June 2nd. As the title suggests, the artists must design and illustrate their own spider-themed superhero character. But before we begin, I have an announcement. That after leaving for medical reasons a few episodes ago, Cat Stack has recovered. And they definitely left the competition too early, so have returned to the competition. Now you know what's happening this episode, we can take a look and toot and boot all the art done for this episode. And trust me, it is a really good one, but also there's some less good ones too. First up is Sunny, who did a Captain America Spider-Man mix-up of a character, which is a bit of a basic concept. It has been done before, but then artistically, once again, Sunny is up there in the top, and honestly, I don't know if anyone can beat them in that sense of how polished their art is. Their style is just so well done. However, in the context of the challenge, it leans more to the basic side, and sadly will be getting a boot. Next up is Nikoj, and honestly this is fabulous. The concept of it kind of does lead, I don't know how to explain it. Is it basic or is it not basic? Because it's not basic, but then it is basic, but then it's definitely not. Does that make any sense? I don't think it does. However, it's a stunning illustration, and overall I want to give it a 2 because it's stunning. I mean, look at it. It is stunning, so it's gonna get a boot. I mean a 2. Oh my god, where's Numbskull? Get him back. Now we're going to be looking at 2 at once for the very first time, which is Glitch and Monique. So obviously both of them sadly are kind of unfinished sketches or drawings because they both have had other reasons and personal stuff going on, so haven't been able to complete it to their full desires. However, I will say Monique did that on her phone. That done on a phone, I could barely do that probably on my iPad. I think it was great for just phone, on Instagram people. And then the sketch that came from Glitch in itself is actually quite well done. I mean, better than anything I could do. However, obviously they're both getting a boot. But I mean, yeah. Next up is Cat. Now talk about a comeback. This is such a solid and great illustration, probably the best we've seen from them so far in the competition. It's just so well, conceptualized. Is that a word? I don't know. I think that's the word I'm looking for. And you can just tell so much about the character's personality through this one little image. Now, I do have to say, do I get spidersona from it? Personally, no. However, I still think it's a fabulous illustration, so I will be giving it a 2. But it does give superhero, so I guess, I don't know, spidersona, maybe it doesn't have to be a spider. I personally just don't see spider, but people seem to love it, so I will be giving it a 2. Next up is Howard, and now I think Howard's personally is one of my favourites of the episode. It's just so, original, even though it's literally just a boxer. It feels so fun and different, and the way they've laid out the illustration with the depth of the is that a railing, something hanging on the front with the glowing and the character in the background. It's just a really solid illustration, as well as it's just fun, it's different, and it really stands out. I also love how the background and the whole illustration stick to Spider-Man's iconic blue and red colours, but then it also doesn't feel too overly, matchy-matchy, and it works really well. So they are getting a toot. Next up is Daffy. Now Daffy absolutely ate this challenge up. They went full on movie poster, and also a little behind the scenes stuff. They also did a character sheet of one of them. It's just so well done. this movie poster, it looks like something you could pull off literally of a movie poster. One thing I'll say, maybe that text, I would maybe push it slightly down a little bit. Other than that, I love it through and through. So I can reveal it is the top 2 of the episode. I literally have nothing else bad to say. It's just incredible. Last up is Thoughtless Sketches. Now this episode, they also stand out in the sense of the illustration is very much them. It's their style through and through. It's what they do on a regular basis, and it still fits the challenge in the sense of superhero. But do I see a Spider-Verse character? Not in the slightest fashion. I do love how they've kept that yellow trend going on in the colour of like the outfit of the spider character, or what's meant to be spider character, and the ceiling. I think that works really well, and I love how they did both sides of the character as a normal human being and them in their spider suit thing. They also had time problems with submitting their art, which I think a lot of viewers forget that people are being penalised if they go over the time, because there's time limits to the challenges, and I think it's something that's actually forgotten about a lot. So obviously they submitted a full illustration, but was it near that deadline? Not whatsoever. So someone could have a technically better illustration that could score more points but still have a lower placement due to submitting late, which has happened this series a couple of times. One that rings a bell, Howard, it happened when they placed lower in the bottom. They did at some point, and that was, I think, due to time reasons, if I remember correct. But yeah, that is also sadly why this one will be getting a boot. It's now time to look at the real results of the challenge. So our winner is Daffy. 100% agree. No one beat them whatsoever in the slightest fashion. Again, with the high placements, I couldn't agree more with Kat and Howard. They did incredible, but no one was going to touch Daffy. Now, this is where I'm not sure if I agree or disagree, because in the safe placements are Sunny and Nichosh. However, the bottom 3, yes, a bottom 3 this episode, is Thoughtless, Glitch and Monique. Thoughtless, I feel if they submitted earlier, they could have placed safe, and either Sunny or Nichosh could have placed in that bottom 3, probably Sunny, but then Thoughtless's doesn't give that spidersona as much. So I think at the end of the day, this is the correct decision in my opinion. But let me know what yours is in the comments below, because I said so. Anywho, it's now time to look at the elimination. Now we have a bottom 3 for a reason, as in a shock twist, there is a double elimination happening, people. Yes, 2 of the bottom 3 will be leaving the competition, but it was a pretty clear decision. Well, in my eyes it was. I would have known who I would be voting. And I can reveal the 2 artists that were voted out are, with 5 out of the 10 votes, because each safe artist got 2 votes, so just do the maths. 5 votes was Monique, sadly, is not the next Art Master. And then with 3 votes, Glitch. So Thoughtless was 1 vote away to leaving the competition. Glitch nearly stayed, which I'm sorry. Do you need some glasses, whoever voted Thoughtless this episode? It was baffling when I realised and saw that Thoughtless even got votes to be eliminated. People are clearly playing a game. But I mean, I probably would do the same if I was on the show, let's be clear. So after a double elimination, we have our top 6 artists moving on to episode 7. So that's all we now have time for in this episode of Behind the Canvas. I've been your host, James Fudge. Make sure to like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and see you next time.